But you know, hospitals normally don't have good reception on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. They always it's always bad reception in the hospital. Yeah, I definitely want to talk to her and. But anyway, I return her call, but she's not either not available or whatever when I return a call, so I just leave a message. So, but I just presume that because that never happened. So I presume that she didn't leave no alarming messages, but just from what I know about people, I would imagine that she's probably worried about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know, I know Mom says she's bipolar, but then when I paid as much attention as I could when I was there, and she seemed to me like she reverted like almost to a childlike state. So
no, I agree with that. That's what I picked up too.
So
that's why I was wondering if the diagnosis was right, because bipolar. I don't know a plethora of people with bipolar disease, but I didn't know it turned you into a child.
Yeah, bipolar. My understanding of bipolar is that you're randomly, violently, and you have no control over how angry you get. So
yeah, and I haven't heard them describe that by her. The only thing that they just said she has the brain of an invalid. Okay, so that doesn't sound like both bipolar to me. Maybe they didn't diagnose her correctly. With MHMR, and you know the kind of people that work there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so much, and it ain't really nothing that we'll ever like fully get the full gist of, or even know if she got a proper diagnosis, because the whole pharmaceutical industry, you know how I feel about that. So
the people that's doing the diagnosis, again, it wasn't like, not to discredit the MHMR, but a lot of times those people that work there, they're not forget college graduates. A lot of them are high school dropouts.
Well, even if somebody's board certified, I just can't. I don't trust, the whole pharmaceutical industry. I just don't. But you have, at some point you got to go to the doctor. You got to get the test. You got to, you got to, no matter what.
But we both agree something wrong with her, though, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And it makes me, it makes me wonder. I just don't have the time. We got families. I just don't have the time or energy to go and try and figure it out. And then that would bring a whole nother relationship of having. I'm already gonna be. I know she is. So who knows what level of the mental issue that'll send her into. But nobody's ready for that kind of loss. I'm just trying to do whatever I can in the meantime. But it's just a plethora of. Even though we count our blessings and like I said, you just find a corner of happiness. It's just everything going wrong, and can't be trusted. The kids are everywhere, and then you got a whole nother level of well, then how those kids gonna grow up? Those kids gonna grow up fucked up. It's just so much. You know what I mean? That was years ago, but anyway, and I don't even know if it's true, because I get half truths from everywhere. But anyway,
wow.
I wanted to jump through.
How'd you get the money for the
I wanted to jump I wanted to jump through the phone and. Well, my thing is, I don't even think is capable of running a household. So she's going to, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it'll be long before she even loses a house. Like, she doesn't know about paperwork. She don't know about home ownership. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
so if that's the case, how's she going to kick her out? She don't even, so as a homeowner, she's not going to suddenly take pride in her house. You know what I mean? When is she going to take pride in her house? So that's another thing I don't want to get involved in, because I don't have space or accommodations for. I don't know her medical needs. Do you know what I mean? But I also, you know what I mean? I hate to see her left out like that. But they enabled, and that's why I go so hard on people, and they get so mad. They think I'm antisocial. They think I'm being rude. They think I'm hating. They think the constructive criticism is too much. The tough love is too much. But you know what ends up happening? Just a few years later, everything that I put on the table in front of you for you to avoid. But this world is such that nobody can even handle any constructive criticism. Everybody says, everybody don't win, and that's okay. It don't make you a loser because you didn't win. You lost that in that moment, and that is okay. And that's what people haven't been teaching kids. People been teaching them you can do anything, and you can do anything. You absolutely can do anything. But the reality is, if you don't have no opening for any constructive criticism whatsoever, and anybody that tries to do it, like, there's no such intervention. You can't even intervene. So, what do I throw my hands up. And then people look at you like, oh, you don't care? It's not that I don't care. I attempted to put all the options on the table, but you thought it was doing too much. What do you want me to do now? Now you want me to feel some kind of way? I don't know what to tell you. I feel like you said, like what you said last night when you said you wasn't losing a week of sleep. I mean,
not one.
That makes me how I feel. But I have a history with it. Look, the first time I saw a tattoo on her neck, that was it.
Yeah.
People always talking about, don't judge and don't pass judgment. It's because y'all judging on the wrong shit. Y'all judging on what somebody got. Y'all judging on how much money they make. Y'all judging on how popular they are. You should be judgmental as fuck. If it's about morals and the character of the person, you should be very judgmental. And in fact, you are judgmental. Unless you're not parenting your kids right, because you tell your kids, watch out for this, be cautious of that. What do you think that is? That's being judgmental. And you should, because a caution flag should go up when someone shows you who they are. But everybody's steadily rattling off the little Oprah and Maya Angelou phase. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. But you're not doing it because you're so busy saying, don't judge them in the name of you not being judged for your own shit that you did. Nobody owning their own stuff. Like, I'm really the only person I know that can be like, oh, yeah, that was really wrong of me. I really need to change that. I don't see that anymore in humanity. People don't own nothing. Because my circle can do that. It's just that my circle is so small.
Is it hard to do?
So,
absolutely.
So,
I mean, it never gets easy to do that.
It's not easy. And like I said, my circle can do it. It's just that my circle can be counted on a hand. So when I say I never see it, I didn't mean around me. I always see it around me. But I mean, and this is why I'm written off as
the general population.
Yes,
of humans.
I always
I agree with that one.
And that's why I'm always written off as antisocial or whatever, because I'm one who does believe it when someone shows me who they are. And the second I see it, I back up and shut you out. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't have the
Because you're a crazy woman. I give people chances. And then after about the third chance, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll try it.
Yes. See, that is me, because I don't go through them two chances that you go through when people be all shocked and you should. I mean, people should, but I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me.
I'm like, okay, maybe I'm having a bad day, because I have bad days.
I give people.
I'm far from perfect.
I never even implied I'm perfect. In fact, I just said that I acknowledge where I'm wrong. But and it's not that I don't give people a chance at all, because I do understand, because I know how people are raised, so they might not even know or see. But I'm not giving no 2 and 3 chances. That's out. Mm-hmm. And that's not an unreasonable amount of chances. But you're not going. I'm not one that you're gonna hear saying a lot of, oh, I can't believe this happened, or I can't believe that person did that or said that, or be ecstatic.
I'm gonna channel my inner, and I will cut you off if you do something just unforgivable coming out the gate. Then I'm like, you know what? I can't deal with this.
See, and with me, I'll go on the behavior alone, and that's kind of that can be unfair. But if I go on the behavior, like you go on, if they do something, you know what I mean, and if you be like, just like you just said, you ain't gonna do it no couple of times. But with me, if I see it in their tendencies and the behavior, even if I don't know them well, if I see that this is a person that's within their character to do this, and they know what they're not gonna do is do it to me, it's over. And that's why my circle is a handful at the most. So, and I'm cool with that though. But that's the thing about being an introvert. It ain't no sense of loneliness with so few people in your circle. But at the same time, when you get older, you start that small circle. You start being like, people die off. What you gonna do? Because then you really are. I really am gonna be alone. You know what I mean? I really am gonna be alone. And so I just really.
Well, I definitely can't even count on one hand. No.
Yeah.
Because to your point, I don't hate them at all.
Yeah.
And when I see them, I embrace them. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. All that.
Yeah.
But because of maybe something they did to somebody else.
Yeah. And people interpret that.
Whatever. I'm not gonna be. You're not my friend like that. You're somebody I know, and when I see, hey, how you doing? I cackle it up with you and have a good time, and that's it.
Yeah, and I don't even mind if everybody, if everybody really was even just basically good people, then I probably would embrace a lot more people. So I don't think that I'm not a people person. I just think that people aren't the people they used to be, and so I'm not willing to. It's kind of like I don't even understand being a hoe, because like if it's not even that many good men in this world for me to be one. You know what I mean? But if all the dudes were good men in the world, I probably could be a hoe. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could be a hoe because all of them deserve it all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So it's like that with people. If I were exposed to a whole lot of people, then I would be able to pick out the ones that I could embrace. So I probably would have a larger circle, but it wouldn't be much larger because it's like 1 in a million, literally. And that's not an exaggerated number. So it's like, I mean, to that point, I just really don't want anything bad to happen to any of our family, anybody that we love. But It's just looking so bleak, and I feel like do not deserve that in their old age. They really deserve to be able to just retire in their old age, loved, and just sign out peacefully. But they got to deal with all this stuff. Nobody got time to deal with that stuff. You got health issues, and who knows what's going through mind when he can collect his memory, because his memory is going. The only thing with him is, and I think that's amazing though. Like, he's aware of him losing his memory. I've never seen an old person, slip into dementia and be aware of it. So, and that's got to be hard. As a black man, you kind of been leaned on your whole life, and now suddenly you can't even count on your own memory. I don't know. It's just so hard, and they're older, and I just love them, and I wish it was more. I wish it was easier, but yeah. But it's with somebody's kids, you can't tell people how to raise their kids. So, but I'm like, this is not gonna end well. But I love that lady. I love that lady.
Hopefully I'll be able to reach her. I'm going to a concert tonight at the...
Who you going to see? Who you going to see, girl?
Well, they're having a free gospel concert. They have several artists there. It's a holiday weekend.
Well, if the concert is good, if they pass the plate, that's okay. It's kind of worth it at that point. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even mad. I already know if it's quote unquote free.
Yeah.
And then they got legitimate artists that's gonna be there.
Okay.
I'm sure, and but I'm sure Kurt Franklin and Pamela and David Mann, they probably because they could come because they're right here, local, and all they gospel friends gonna be there, so I'm sure they're gonna pop up. Okay. They always do. They always do. So I'm excited, and Donald Lawrence, I love his choirs and stuff he puts together. I like that.
Oh, good. I love you so much. I'm so glad you living like it's supposed to be done. Girl, yes.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
Yes.
And do things, especially if it's free. I'm a ball on a bus. They'd be like, oh, you balling it? I said, you know how I do it.
You gotta do it.
I do it big.
It's important. It's important. And you know what? If you because when you do it not at full price often enough, then every now and then you can splurge when it's worth it to go ahead and pay what it costs every now and then.
Oh man, it's so random. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because you spend all that other energy budgeting, but still enjoying life. So now when it's when it's one thing, like I was listening to somebody the other day, and it was Wiz Khalifa's mama, but anyway, she was celebrating her husband's birthday at Topgolf, and I was like, I ain't never heard of that. I was like, next time I go and visit my bougie sister, we gonna go to Topgolf. Cause I know it's the home office is in, and that's why I said I was like, next time I go home to visit my bougie sister, we gonna, cause it seems so the area seems so privatized. You know what I mean? It seemed like it ain't like.
They have them everywhere here for obvious reasons. And then sometimes when I don't want to pay for the kids to go to private golf lessons, sometimes they run a special at Topgolf, during the summer or during spring break.
Oh.
And not only do they teach them golf and everything, they feed them before they come home. Boom.
Oh.
And they both get so it's a group, but they the teachers get to know the kids, so it's kind of private a little bit. So he's gonna be able to hold his own.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough.
I'm trying to get a Tiger Woods, so I don't have to. It's going so high. I just don't think I'm going. By the time we get the cards, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford. I'm gonna have something else in place. So.
Well, it's gonna work out though.
We have all kinds of stuff. I know, girl.
It's gonna work out.
They're gonna be doing something.
Yeah, it's gonna work out. He might mess around and randomly get a golf scholarship.
Boom. Don't blame.
You don't even know. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. But anything, it'll fall in place.
I mean, he's a child and he gets on my last nerves all the time, but sometimes he brings up some great suggestions. And unlike when I was growing up, when, daddy and mama, especially daddy, be like, kids are made to be seen, not heard. I actually listen to my kids, especially when they have some good. He came up to me like 2 months ago, and he said, it was random, a real random thought, but I agree with it. He was like, Mom, I really think we should take some ice skating lessons. I was like, really?
Oh, that is a good idea.
So, I started looking for a group on, found a group on, and they started last Tuesday.
That is a good idea. But to be a teenager, so he's going to have some actually good ideas that are legitimately progressive for his development.
And he has had great ideas since he was like 5. But as he gets older,
they're going to get more.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you and the family you are building. I'm so proud of y'all. And you as a woman. You are an admirable, beautiful black woman, in and out.
Oh, thank you. I just feel like the biggest difference between a kid that comes from less than great privileges and stuff like that, and they have a high education and all that stuff. The biggest difference between that same kid and a kid that like is like a kid from the Royals in London, England, or whatever. The biggest difference, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, really is the exposure. I guess you get both of the kids, both sets of kids, the same two sets of kids, get the same amount of exposure. Both will end up being, well-rounded individuals.
Yeah.
I just think it's exposure. So,
and it's exposure, and that works for adults too. Just like when we weren't newlyweds, we've been married for several years. But one of the things that we were going to do, we never did do it. But this is to your point, the point that you just made. We were like, let's go to the opera one day, because obviously neither one of us had been, and who knows, and
it's special too sometimes, so you don't have to waste your money, doing a big.
Yeah, and it sounds like it sounds like something that I would absolutely not like, even though I'm a creative, you know what I mean, an artist, a creative, so to speak. But to do something like that you don't know because you've never done it, who knows, So I was like, I ought to get me a bougie opera cape and get some bougie, and we ought to go and do the. And I regret that we didn't do it. It's not too late, but I regret that we didn't do it. But that's to your point that exposure to different things, even things, because you can assume that you don't like something that you might absolutely not like. You might even be on the border the first time, but you do it a second time to be sure, because who knows? You'd be like, who knows? I love this shit. I didn't even know the first time. I couldn't even tell the first time. But who knows? But so yeah, you're absolutely right. And now they're at a point where they can say nah, and without hating it, without going, I hate it. It can be like, nah, that's not my thing. It's just not my thing,
Right.
I mean, the people there had a passion.
I wish you could be with us when they go to places that they don't like, because they just be looking around like, oh my God, we don't want to hurt our mama's feelings. So I look at them and be like, you don't like this, do you? And be like, no.
Yeah, but
but they'll never just say, oh, we hate this. They gonna sit there, but they gonna be looking at each other like, oh my God, this is torture.
But at the end of the day, it's still an experience, and they still, they can have memories about it. Like even, there have been some things like I can say I went and it was did not live up to my expectations, but it's still a memory to talk about. It's an experience that you had. But it's like that across the board, like with everything. Like even as adults, sometimes we'll watch a cartoon movie, you know what I mean, like or a movie that's meant for children, and for the most part, we might or might not make it through. But there have been a couple of kids movies that we was like, wow, that was really, really good. Like, like you said, it's exposure to different things, and because it can really. I think they found the perfect phrase a long time ago when they used the cliche, broaden your horizons, because the exposure itself it still gives you something, an understanding of something that you didn't have any understanding of, and you still don't have understanding of it, but you've experienced it, so you can have your personal assessment. You know what I mean? And they're like, just like there are some people, just like I love stepping, but there are some people, especially in Chicago, that are house heads, and I learned just from how much they love it, I can enjoy it, but I don't have the same passion they have for it, but I can look at them and be in awe and be like, man, that's like almost spiritual for them.
I love to see how passionate they are, though. So
it's almost right.
Have a good time.
Right. It's almost spiritual.
I watch on Facebook all the time. When they go out there doing lunch, during their lunch hour, just be getting it in.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
I said, oh man, if I could take the weather, I would love.
They got such a passion for it. And, I'm just, I like you said, I like watching, and it does something for me, broaden my horizons to know that, because in a regular everyday life, it's people I probably wouldn't even deal with. I can't even handle the basic conversation that they have. But I'm looking at these people.
They get out there and
they live. They get out there and live. And I'm like, I'm here for it. Okay, girl,
let me go in here and do some work, because I'm sure getting out of here early.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, if I talk to Mama, I'll let you know. I haven't talked to her, which is not like her. I'll call her every day at lunch hour. I know I'm a little late because I had a lot going on with work.
Yeah.
But I usually if I can get at home, I can get on a cell. But she can answer a cell either. And normally, if she's busy or something, she calls me right back. The whole time you and I've been on this phone, she hasn't called me back.
I think she may very well be in the hospital, and Auntie Ding are really, really bad. So she might be really giving her some time. You know what I mean?
Or it's possible something went down and that's it. And she's just helping.
Right.
I'll keep you posted.
Please.
I'll let you know what I find out.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Love you too.
All right.
Bye.